Treasure ship. If this ship is linked to a crew, it must begin the game with that crew aboard. Crew do not take up cargo space on this ship, but their combined point cost can never exceed this ship's point cost. Their values cannot be reduced, which means that they still count towards the build total. Once per turn, the ship may move S after loading or unloading cargo. So this is an ability that only showed up on the Baochuan and the Guichuan. It's a good one, definitely. It's a really unique ability that makes these ships like automatic hybrids, essentially, because the treasure takes up space, but the crew don't. So you can load it up with crew and then still take as much gold as the ship has space for. And in this case, the Baochuan has 10 cargo. So the main con is in the first part there. You have to use the named crew that are linked. So Zheng He adds 6 to the cost, but Emperor's Commander and Headhunter's Domain from the Headhunter of the Guichuan, they're both pretty solid crew. So I would say Treasure Ship is one of the most unique and kind of one of the cooler keywords in the game. Pretty much combines 2 abilities, well, it just has that extra ability. I was going to say something else, but you can't use it with Jonah, for example. That's kind of what I was going to go for, because those are like point reducers, so they the values can never be reduced. So in terms of Jonah, you wouldn't be able to use it, and plus they say those types of crew say that crew always take up cargo space, so that they don't work together. So that's a rule that people have tried to break many times to exploit the keyword. And then it can move S after loading or unloading cargo, which is actually really great because you can unload, so you can move S, you save an S when you get to a wild island and when you unload treasure at home. So I think this is maybe the underrated part of this keyword. It makes the Baochuan extremely viable as a like super hybrid, an unrivaled hybrid with 10 cannons and 10 open cargo spaces for gold, or 11 with the link to Zheng He, of course, because you have to use him. And it's just a really powerful keyword. The only 2 ships that have it are obscenely expensive, of course. Technically, their costs are higher than the Delusion because you have to use the named crew aboard. So they're 36 and 37 points. But if you're playing a game with at least like 80 points or even 60, or especially like 100 or more for the build total or a campaign game, these can really pay off well. The Baochuan especially, because she's got faster base move and 10 cargo, which is the highest in the game, and 3 more than the Guichuan. So Treasure Ship, one of my favorites overall, and one of the cooler ones, and of course it's associated with 10 Masters, which is a really cool ship type. So that's the Treasure Ship keyword.